accompanied by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. And also, list of materials testing equipment or apparatus or certification from technical working group as proof na inyo pong mga equipment are complete at na-inspect na po ng technical working group. And number 6, duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the omnibus sworn statement and do acts to represent the bidder. For financial documents, ito po ang dapat na submit. Number 1, the prospective bidder's audited financial statements showing among others the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And number 2, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, NFCC. For Class B documents, ito po ay if applicable lang, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with Republic Act number 4566 and its implementing rules and regulation in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the joint venture agreement in the instance that the bid is successful. For financial component or financial envelope, ito po ang dapat natin i-submit. Number 1, original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Number 2, original duly signed bid prices and bill of quantity. Number 3, duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rental used in coming up with a bid. And number 4, cash flow by quarter. So, paalala lang po sa mga interested bidder that dapat po ang mga documents to be submitted must be filled out completely in clear copies, readable, paginated, and duly signed by the bidder. Ang bond paper po na dapat gamitin ay A4 size of bond paper. And take note lang po, any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient document in the above-mentioned checklist is a ground for outright rejection of your bid. So that's all po, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Margie Ayayo. Let's proceed to the next agenda, the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award, to be discussed by Sir Engineer Julius Kakatsa.
Thank you, Vice Chair, and good morning, everyone. These are the criteria and procedures for examination and evaluation of bid proposals. First is the eligibility check. Second is the preliminary examination of bids. Third is the detailed evaluation of bids. Fourth is the post-qualification and the award. First is the eligibility check. This is a simultaneous processing of electronic eligibility and manual checking of submitted legal, technical, and financial documents. The manual checking of eligibility is a non-discretionary pass or fail or presence and absence of required documents. Any missing or expired documents means ineligible. The Bids and Award Committee will check manually the submitted legal and financial documents such as PhilJEP Certificate of Registration, SEC or DTI or CDA registration, Mayor's and Business Permit, and Tax Clearance Certificate per Executive Order Number 398 Series of 2005. The financial documents such as audited financial statement and computation of financial contracting capacity or the NFCC. The PhilJEP's registration should be valid and platinum membership, complete in 3 pages, and all documents must be updated. Missing or expired documents means failed or ineligible in manual eligibility. In electronic checking of eligibility, the authorized administrator will process the electronic eligibility of the bidders using the system provided for CWA or the Civil Works application. This is a database of contractors' legal, financial, and technical information. All bona fide contractors who wish to do business with the department are encouraged to enroll to the registry. The BAC will receive a copy of the electronic eligibility showing results of pass or fail in the legal, financial, and technical aspects. Failed results to any aspects means ineligible in electronic eligibility. Next is the preliminary examination bids. First is the opening of first envelope or the technical documents. The BAC shall open the first envelope to determine the bidder's compliance for eligibility, technical, and financial documents required as prescribed in IRR 9184 against the checklist to ascertain that they are present using the non-discretionary criterion as stated in the instruction to bidders. If a bidder submitted the required documents, it shall be rated passed for that particular requirement. Bids that fail to include any requirement or incomplete or patently insufficient shall be rated as failed. Any missing document means failed or automatically disqualified. The statement of the prospective bidder of all ongoing government and private contracts, including awarded contract but not yet started, should be declared and filled up in the prescribed format. Certification of compliance of laboratory equipments issued by the head of the technical working group must be present. In case of new contractors, proof of ownership or purchase must be attached. The laboratory equipments must be company-owned, neither rented or leased. The omnibus sworn statement for the OSS must be complete in 10 statements. Failure to comply with this requirement should also result to the outright disqualification of your bid proposal. Next is the opening of the second envelope or the financial documents. Same as with the first envelope, non-discretionary pass or fail criteria or presence and absence of documents. Any missing documents means failed. If present, means passed. After determining compliance in the first envelope and rated passed, the box shall open the second envelope. For bidders with first envelopes who are rated failed, their second envelope will not be opened. It will be returned to the bidder or any authorized representative unopened. In case any of the requirements and second envelope is missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient, and or if the submitted total bid prices exceeds the ABC, shall be rated failed. The ABC shall be the upper limit or ceiling for the prices. Only bids that contain all bid requirements of both components shall be rated passed. The above item is in opening and preliminary stage. The next criteria is the detailed evaluation of bids of the technical working group. This is the detailed evaluation of the bid that was opened, read, and rated pass. The purpose is to determine the lowest calculated bid, or the LCB. This is also to establish correct calculated prices of bids, ranking calculated total bid from lowest to highest. The BAC TWG will check all required items in bidding documents that includes the following. First is the unit price or cost of item, doon po sa ating BOQ ng column 5 and 6. Placing no price is considered as non-responsive, while specifying is zero or dash means it is offered for free if it's responsive. The minor arithmetical corrections in case of discrepancies between the bid price versus the bid prices in words. The bid prices in words will prevail. The total price per item versus the unit per item quantity. The unit price per item quantity will prevail. Stated total price versus the total sum of prices of the component items. The total sum of prices of component items will prevail. The unit cost in the detailed estimate versus the unit cost in the BOQ. The unit cost in the BOQ will prevail. The next criteria is the post-qualification of the technical working group. This is also to determine whether the bidder with the lowest calculated bid complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions of eligibility and the bidding of the contract to be declared the lowest calculated responsive bid. The TWG will validate and verify the bidder's stated competence and experience, including the single largest completed contract of the SLCC, similar to the contract being procured. The verification of competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the contract as against the minimum requirements under the bid data sheet. If proposed key personnel is an employee of the bidder in working on another project at the same time of bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded to the contract. He or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office pursuant to Department Order Number 9, Series of 2012. The proposed key personnel in replacement must be named in the bidding document. The TWG will also verify the availability and commitment and/or inspection and testing for the required capacities and operating conditions of major equipment units to be owned, leased, under purchased by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding. The technical working group will conduct verification to all government and private offices to validate the performance of the bidder of its all ongoing and awarded projects with the lowest calculated bid. The bidder with the lowest calculated bid might be post-disqualified if any of this contract shows a reported negative slippage of at least 15% in a single contract, a reported negative slippage of at least 10% in 2 or more contracts, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 days and to complete them within 30 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on the contracts with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days and to complete the works within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of works as per contract and specifications, unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection, the liquidated damages currently imposed on the contract. The results of the contractor's performance evaluation system, or the CPES, will also be considered by the concerned BAC in determining the responsiveness of the contractor's bid before any award of the contract can take place as stated in Item 12.5, Annex E of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. If the bank determines that the bidder with the lowest calculated bid, higher rated bid, passes all the criteria for post-qualification, it shall be declared the said bid as the lowest calculated responsive bid. The bank shall then recommend the head of the procuring entity or the HOPE the awarding of contract to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid. The HOPE shall approve or disapprove the recommendations of the BAC within a period of not exceeding 7 calendar days from the termination and declaration of the BAC of the lowest calculated responsive bid. Failure of bidding will be declared if no bids are received. All prospective bidders are declared ineligible. All bids fail to comply with all the bid requirement or fail post-qualification, or the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid refuses without justifiable cause. That's all, Sir Vice Chairman.
Thank you very much, Engineer Julius M. Cacacha. So, that's all for the brief presentation and explanation of the BAC. So let's proceed to the second agenda, the questions, comments from bidders, and replies of BAC and other representatives of procuring entity. Do we have comments? Hindi ko nakikita yan doon sa ating live streaming kung may nag-comment through isinin mo nga baka may nag-comment doon sa ating pag-check mo kung may nag-comment doon sa ating electronic online live streaming. Makikita ba yan dyan?
Naka-record lang tayo, sir. Ngayon tayo live na
Okay, let's proceed.
Mamaya pa po kami.
Sige, hearing no comments from our viewers. Meron pa ba kayong additional? Except doon sa mga na-discuss? Meron pa kayong sige, okay. So, let's proceed to the next agenda, the summary of the proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. So, for the summary of the proceedings, Engineer Kayao discussed the requirements of the bidding documents. Ito po yung mga documents na ibibigay ng aming opisina sa inyo upon payment ng applicable fee. Nandoon po ito mga instructions to bidders, mga general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specifications, drawings, bill of quantities, tsaka yung mga forms. Please take note po, yung mga forms natin, hindi natin dapat silang i-modify as discussed ni Ma'am Kayao. Then, for the documents to be submitted by you, diniscuss po ni Ma'am Marley Ayayo, yung mga documents na dapat na naka-enclosed sa ating technical component envelope. Na-discuss po isa-isa yan. Then yung sa ating second envelope, yung sa ating financial component envelope, na-discuss din po ni Ma'am Merly. And lastly, Engineer Kakatsa, discussed yung procedures na ginagawa ng ating opisina sa pagkakandak ng eligibility check, yung mga ginagawa ng aming technical working group sa pag-examine ng mga bids, sa mga detailed evaluation of bids, sa mga pagpo-post COA until award. Na-discuss po ni Engineer Kakatsa yung mga criteria and procedure sa mga activity na yan. So, for the supplemental bid bulletin, meron pong na-issue last December 13, 2023, yung ating supplemental bid bulletin number 39, wherein na-move po yung ating opening of bids from December 26, 2023, 10 a.m. Ito po ay na-move sa December 27, 2023, at the same time, 10 a.m. Ito po ay due to the Proclamation Order 425 from the Office of the President, wherein na-declare po na ang December 26 ay special non-working holiday. So yan po ang reason kung bakit na-remove ang schedule ng ating bidding. So take note po, from December 26, magiging December 27 na po ang ating bid opening. So, meron po ba tayong iba pang matters na i-discuss? So, wala na po. So, wala na pong ibang matters na i-discuss. So, this meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Bryce.